Well, hello, fellow DoorDashers and fellow delivery drivers, Uber Eats, Postmates, Caviar Waiter, Grubhub, and so on. Pizza van delivers, whatever. Uh, I want to discuss with you today about delivering on a military base. Delivering on a military base, Navy, Air Force, Army, Marine, etc., is pretty much a no. And this is to the people that order from the delivery services. Please understand where you work on those military bases or you're stationed on those, that it is a high security situation. So when you order food from us, we can't just waltz right in there. It doesn't happen. We don't go to the gate and go, "Hi, I'm with DoorDash. Let me in." It's not happening. Two, they don't appreciate when you pull up at their gate and make people wait and have to let you pull a U-turn to come back out. They get real pissy about that. Um, I did that on accident one time. Somebody gave me directions to go to some place that didn't have anything to do with food delivery. It was for a job. And they told me, okay, when you get to Eglin, you turn right here, whatever. And so it was about 10 o'clock at night, and I was trying to locate this business that was up at the military base property, but outside the gates. But a military base is huge, and they have lots of gates all around it. It's like a whole entire city, and they're done like that for a reason, to keep the military people safe. And you don't know if somebody's coming in there with a bomb, if they're foreigners. There's a lot of security problems, and that's why they have gates and guards and fences, is to keep our military boys safe because they're fighting for our freedom. So, if you're on a base, you need to know this. I don't think it's hard to understand. No one can just walk through a military base or drive through. There are security clearances, and most drivers aren't going to have security clearances. We cannot deliver on base, basically. First of all, I'll tell you about this problem where I was trying to find this place I had to go to work at. It was up at Eglin and in Florida, and this is a lot of years ago. And about 10 o'clock at night, I pull up to this gate. It looks closed. The whole thing is just pitch black. There's lights on around it and a big fence. And so I'm getting ready back out, and three guys jump out of this booth with big guns and uniforms, scared me to death. And they looked at me, and I was scared to death. And I said, "Oh my God, what did I do?" And all I'm doing is trying to find, the Matador Club. And they all laughed. And I was like, wow, and there's nobody else around but my car and me and these guards. And so I told them, well, I was told to go this way to get to Matador Club out of Valparaiso. And they just laughed and said, okay, well, this is not the way. And I said, okay, what would you like me to do? So I have three guys with big guns standing all around me and my car at this fence. I haven't even driven in the base or anything. And they said, okay, here is what you're going to do. And they asked for my license and everything. And then they said, okay, look, we're going to let you drive a U-turn around this little booth and go back out the other way. You exactly will drive the U-turn around this little booth. Do not go in any further, and exactly. And then we'll tell you how to go down the street. Okay. Scared me to death. So I go to turn around, and they're like standing all around my car, walking my car around. I mean, this was really creepy. And so then I get out, and they were really nice and told me basically how to get to this place, which was a whole nother way around, another 6 miles and all that, and a real trick way to go. But anyway, they do not favor you driving through. It creeps them out, and this is their job, to protect the base. Anyway, years later, I wanted to go with my baby and her dad in Pensacola to the Navy base. And we wanted to go see the Blue Angels. What a cool thing. And so I drove up to the gate thinking, God, this would be iconic. I just happened to be in Pensacola. I can't wait to go see the Blue Angels, and they have a museum there. So pulled up at the gate. There's all kinds of cars waiting. It's daytime. It's probably 11 o'clock in the afternoon. And the guy asked for my license, my car registration, my car insurance, runs a make on me. I'm sitting at the gate. They said, okay, now you need to pull over here to the right. I said, okay. So I had to pull around and pull over to the right on the side of the road there at the gate entry. And there's tons of cars behind me. There's people all over. There's police cars, this, that, and the other. Now, you have two types of police. You have military police and you have city police. And it's federal if you do anything wrong on the base or you don't qualify or whatever. I know a lady that just got arrested for going on a base in Florida, and it turned out her car insurance was invalid. And they filed federal charges against her. And all she was doing was going for a job offer. Oh, my gosh. These bases don't play, okay? So anyway, I had to provide my driver's license, registration, car insurance, and of course they were all valid, thank God, and I had no tickets or warrants for my arrest. But then they wanted to search the vehicle. Now let me tell you what they do. Myself, my baby in the stroller, and her dad had to stand away from the car while about 8 soldiers, whatever, Navy boys, decided to search the car. They emptied everything out of the car, all our luggage, everything, out into the street, went through all of it. It took like 2 hours. Yeah, this is just to go to the museum at Pensacola Navy Base in Florida. And I thought, oh my God, I wonder if we're even going to get in or we're going to get arrested or something. I mean, I can't believe all this to go to the museum. And I kept telling those guys, all we want to do is go to the museum. I mean, I'll leave my car outside the gate. We'll walk in. How about that? They weren't going for it. Now, I will tell you there is one option. Unless you have a permit to deliver or a permit to go in the base, basically, you can go in and deliver. Now, I don't know if they stop you at times and want to search your car or what, but that I only know one driver in Pensacola, Florida, that has permit to go on military bases. And, it's easy for him. But what you have to do is you have to go down and fill out paperwork with the base and wait to have it approved. And then they'll give you, a permit so you can go in and deliver food. Now, I'm going to tell you 99% of the drivers that deliver food all around the United States are not going to have a permit to go on the base. Okay? And, they're going to ask you to state your business at the gate. So if you have a military card because your family's military or whatever, or you live on a military base because your family's military, they're going to ask you to state your business, And if you say, well, I'm delivering, well, you still need to really go get a permit to access that. So we don't deliver to military bases, guys. When you order from these food delivery services online, you've got to get a physical address. I had 2 orders yesterday, and basically I didn't get paid for it. Because the order delivery was to the Navy base in Pensacola. And the address, what was that address? Do you remember?
440 Roberts Avenue.
440 Roberts Avenue, which is inside of the Navy base. The base is huge. There's lots of gates. The gate 4400, which is by the commissary, was barricaded and closed. And I could see the building from there of basically where I was supposed to be because I have a Garmin GPS I use for my deliveries. I text the customer and I immediately got on DoorDash and text them and I put a time on the order, the 10-minute timer. So once that timer times out, that order's finished. It's null and void. Free food to the poor or you or whatever. Anyway, the guys text me going, DoorDash has delivered to me before. Well, maybe the guy had a permit to get in on the property, but most of us don't, and I'm not taking the time to go get a permit to get on that base when I work 3 states. I don't care. You need to get a physical address that we can deliver to because we get paid by the address. Now, yesterday, I ended up waiting like 2 hours for DoorDash to screwball around when the order was already timed out and canceled, and I shouldn't even have done it. Because it held up. They gave me stacked orders, and it held up my next order 2 hours, and the poor girl was late to work. So this is the thing. The guy, I told him, I said, I cannot deliver but to a physical address. I cannot deliver on the base. I'm a civilian. I mean, how dumb is that? If you've got to wait 2 hours to have your car searched, this, that, and the other, if you go to another gate and go through all the paperwork, which I have a license, I don't have warrants, I don't have tickets, I have real insurance, it's valid, and, car registration, all that. Why do you want me to wait 2 hours to get into your base so your food will basically be cold, even though I have great hot bags and ice coolers and stuff? That's just redundant. Don't you want good hot food? I mean, it ruins the reputation of the restaurant when we cannot deliver food that's good, and the quality would come as if you were at that restaurant. So I understand you guys might not have cars, or you can't leave the base, you're working, whatever. You don't feel like walking to go to a restaurant. I understand that thoroughly. I understand it's well worth you paying a lot of money to have it delivered, to you. But we cannot get in the base, okay? You got to have a physical address. On this particular order yesterday, the guy finally came up with a physical address, which was some apartments across the street from another gate, okay? And that's all I needed. If he'd have put that on the order originally, I could have done that. Uh, and so finally got it delivered, 2 hours later, for some Taco Bell. It's going to be cold. It's going to taste like hell. But, and I didn't get paid for that delivery, okay, because I was booked for the other address, and I'd already canceled the order out, so I didn't get paid. So, this is the thing. Get a physical address that's just outside the gates, and you will have to go out there and wait for it. And the driver will be more than happy to let you know if they're close to you. When I always tell them by the mile. I say, okay, I just picked up your food. I'm 4 miles. And I send them another message, 3 miles. Send them another message, 2 miles. Send them another message, half mile. And I send them another message, near you. That way they don't have to wait forever. And they know when to expect me, DoorDash generally delivers really fast. We don't play around like a lot of the old pizza places used to do, where it takes 2 hours. You're still calling, oh, where's my food? So make it easy on us, because we can't get in the base. We cannot get in the base, okay? So, and I don't feel like filling out a permit for that place. I work 3 different states. I don't care to fill out a permit for that and wait around for that. Plus, I don't need it. Really, I don't. I don't get that many orders to the base. It was odd. Yesterday, I got 2 of them. Same thing twice. It was ridiculous. And then DoorDash calls. It holds up your orders. You can't get any orders. When they call you back later, a different operator goes, where's that food? When you already went through, 2 hours of texting with the DoorDash rep before, and it's like, how come nobody knows? Well, that's some problem with DoorDash internally. But, please, military boys, please give us an address outside your base. They don't favor us parking near the gate and walking to the gate and going, here, I got this order for Joe, and leaving it at the gate. They get really nervous when you start walking towards that gate. They get very nervous when you pull up at that gate and they can't let you in. And they don't like to let you make a U-turn around there. It just creates a big security problem. Please don't put us through that. We are timed for our orders. We have to get them there by a certain time. The quicker we get that order there, the better ratings we get. We don't have good ratings, we get fired. So please don't do us like that. And I don't care if you're going to be a $20 tipper, which most of them aren't. When we got an order for, $7-8 for Taco Bell or something like that. I mean, we have gas, so we have to drive to that store to pick it up. We have gas to deliver to you, and we have other orders. We're losing money when you do this to us. It's a high security place. Don't put us through that, please. Because we're losing money, So get a physical address outside of whatever gate and put it on the order, okay? We can only deliver to the address. If I can't get in the gate, you're not getting your food. So think about it that way. Make it simple on us. Find out whatever gate you're near, find out the closest address, and then send us a text message after you've made the order. Hi, I'm military. I know you can't get on base. I will be standing out front of this business in a blue shirt or whatever. Just let me know when you get close. That's all we need. Okay? Because we've got to have a physical address we can access. All right? If you want your food good and hot, give us a physical address. Otherwise, no, we don't deliver on military bases. So there you go. If you're, in an area that has a military base, make sure to find out the typical addresses for the base housing or apartment complex on base, and you will be alerted when you see that address of what you're to deliver to. If you can look it up on your app, you'll know it's on that base, and you'll know whether to refuse that order or contact DoorDash immediately and say this is going to be undeliverable because I do not have access to the base. I had the DoorDash rep go, well, if you'd delivered to the right address to begin with. Now, we went round and round for this about 2 hours, okay, yesterday. And why is it you don't understand? I can't get into a military base without a permit, okay? And it was non-accessible. The address he gave me was non-accessible. And I should have to drive all around a military base and try every gate to see if it's open and I can get in. I mean, no. These bases are huge. You need to give me a physical address, okay? Because yesterday I should have been paid for 2 deliveries when they sent me to the second address, and the order had already timed out. Because I got paid $0, 0 cents, and no cash tip. And it held up my other order, which was a stacked order. She had to wait 2 hours and was late to work. Not fair, and the food quality is lousy. So please give us a physical address, and food delivery people, make sure to be aware of this. And know this. Now, if it's your area, you like that little city, that's where you work, it's by the Navy base or military base, go down and apply for a permit. But make sure your record is good. Make sure that you don't have warrants. Make sure that you don't have tickets. Make sure you have valid driver's license. Make sure that you have valid car insurance. And make sure you have a copy of your registration on your body. Okay? And then fill that form out, and easy peasy, you'll get in. And yes, there are good cash tips on military bases. And they ordered 24 hours, so it's up to you. But basically, all in all, we can't get in the base, guys, and you have to be really careful. You piss these people off, and you got a whole bunch of people standing around you with guns and scare the devil out of you. You don't want to get in trouble with the military police. That's federal. You don't want to get in trouble with the local police. That's another problem. So don't create problems for everybody else. Make life simple, and have a great dashing day. To all you fellow food delivery drivers, I hope this helps you a lot. Love to you, and have a great one, and may the money tree crash your way.